about 7 pages into cataloging my YouTube page. Oi, you gotta get in about right now, fuck. Oh, no time to worry about you. Oi.
Yes. You know, I can't describe the honor I feel at this moment. It's rare that a foreign leaves involving, you know, their hair differences to see on and the greatest respect for locals. Even though the few I met have exactly felt the same way about me. You are noble people. And I salute you. To procure weapons. Guns, phaser banks, photon torpedoes, troop transports, and a number of cobalt thorium devices. My list is quite extensive. You're a godmother? I am prepared to pay in latinum, and I will very likely need a continuous supply for the foreseeable future.
You're not like other Vulcans, are you?
So your ship just decided to open fire. It was clear the Federation ship was carrying weapons through the demilitarized zone.
That ship was carrying medical supplies to Soltalk 4. Ben, what are you doing here? I'm not sure yet. Old Ducat asked me to accompany him.
Ducat? No one informed us you were coming.
I decided an impromptu visit would be preferable, so you wouldn't be bothered with special preparations.
I see.
Commander Sisko, you know my counterpart from the colonies? Go Yvette.
I'm glad you're here to listen to this, Commander.
We monitored the attack on the way in.
Yes, monitor is the proper word, because none of the ships would respond to our hails. Even the Cardassian pilots refused to acknowledge me.
A strange voice from a Federation runabout.
I gave them my security identification.
Well, obviously they had their hands full.
With an unprovoked attack.
Unprovoked, was it? Do you deny that the Federation is engaging in organized terrorist activities against the Cardassian people, deliberately undermining this treaty?
The Federation does not conduct secret wars.
Then perhaps you can explain where the Federation ship came from, the one outfitted with photon torpedoes.
Explain why your ships were armed with Gala-class phaser banks.
They have a right to defend themselves against organized terrorist activities.
I haven't heard any proof yet of organized terrorist activities.
Because there is none. On the contrary, we have the confession of the Federation terrorist responsible for the destruction of the Bach Nor at your station.
Confession?
A 43-year-old male human, William Patrick Samuels, born Bergen, Norway, Earth. We know who he is. What have you done with him? Came to the Federation colony on Volon 2 20 years ago. Married, wife's name Louise, 2 female children aged 14 and 12. He was quite cooperative once we apprehended him on Deep Space Nine.
Again, my name is William Samuels. I am being held for crimes against the Cardassian people. I have been maltreated. I have confessed that as a member of a well-armed anti-Cardassian force organized by Federation colonists, I set an implosion device that destroyed the freighter Bach Nor. I deeply regret participating in this arbitrary attack that led to the deaths of over 75 crewmen. To my wife and children, I'm sorry, and I love you.
He would have confessed to anything after you were through with him. On the contrary, he confessed quite early in the interrogation procedure. Far sooner than we expected. I believe he truly felt remorse.
We want to talk to him ourselves.
Bring him in. Unfortunately, he committed suicide in his cell.
You go on. I knew him. Bill Samuel was a farmer. He cultivated his land for 20 years. He raised 2 children on that land. He made something out of that land. And the Federation told him he had to give it all up to the Cardassians. Well, he just was not willing to do that. And it was people like him who made both sides realize that some accommodation had to be made for the colonies so they could stay. The Cardassians have no intention of allowing these people to stay. They will either force them out or they will kill them. It's already started. Not a day goes by when there's not some random act of violence against our people. Every Federation colonist knows you do not go out alone at night. Can you imagine living under that kind of fear? If you're saying the Cardassian authorities are not enforcing the laws...
Enforcing the laws? The Cardassian authorities were part of a mob that stoned 2 colonists on the streets of Ropal City 3 days ago.
That's something the Federation can take up with the Cardassians at the highest level.
Well, that will help a lot. The word is the Cardassian High Command is arming their colonists to the teeth.
You really think they'd risk sending weapons into the demilitarized zone and breaking the treaty?
I think they'll find a way to do it that's not so obvious.
Not long ago, we caught the Cardassians shipping weapons to Bajoran extremists through a third party, the Uridians.
That sounds about right.